So hello my dear students and welcome back to another fresh new episode of your homeschooling and digital learning process. Students, today in our digital classroom we'll be starting off with Merchant of Venice Act 3 Scene 5. Yes, a scene where you'll find humor, comedy as well as a taste of seriousness towards the end. Now students, here you'll find Lancelot giving a humorous speech at the beginning, and then it is cut short by Lorenzo's entry. Lorenzo and Jessica will be engaged in a conversation where they'll be discussing about Portia. This scene towards the end also marks the seriousness of the trial scene to follow. So students, this is your digital classroom and let's begin our show. Belmont, a garden. Enter Lancelot and Jessica. Lancelot, yes truly, for look you, sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Therefore I promise you, I fear you. I was always plain with you, and so now I speak my agitation of the matter. Therefore, be of good cheer, for truly I think you are damned. So, what Lancelot is telling here? Lancelot is telling here that yes, it is true that the children are punished for the sins of their father, the sins that the fathers commit on this earth. The children are to be punished when they die, and therefore I promise you, I fear you, I fear for you, and I am worried. What is his worry? Let's see. I was always plain with you, and so now I speak my agitation of the matter. Now, what he's telling you that I always care for you, I always fear for you, I have a concern about you. So, I am worried that you too need to face the same kind of a thing when you die. What he says here, he says that I am always been honest to you. Correct? I have always been honest to you. So now I'll tell you what I think on this point. Therefore, be good cheer, for truly I think you are damned. What he's telling here? He's telling here that I definitely think that you are going to hell. And why is he telling like that? Lancelot is telling like this because Shylock is Jessica's father, and she has to face everything in hell when she dies, because she is very well aware about her father's character and the sins that he commits. Got it? Okay. And even here, if you see, there's a reference to the Bible about the sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Jessica, I shall be saved by my husband. He hath made me a Christian. So what Jessica says that she'll be saved because her husband, means Lorenzo, has converted her to a Christian. So Lancelot, truly the more to blame he. We were Christians now before, in seen as many as could well live one by another. So what Lancelot is telling here? Lancelot is telling here, yes, truly, he is the first person to be blamed. Why? Because there were sufficient amount of Christians before. He made you a Christian, or he converted you into a Christian. Correct? So what he's telling here? He's telling that he is to be blamed first. Why? Because there were already enough of Christians before he converted you into a Christian. Correct? Okay, this making of Christians will raise the price of hogs. If we grow all to be pork eaters, we shall not shortly have a rasher on the coals for money. So what Lancelot is telling here? Lancelot is telling here, this making of Christians, this converting people into Christians will raise the price of pigs. God, this is a very important part. He says that this making of Christians will raise the price of pigs. And ultimately, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that we all pork eaters, since you know that Christians are allowed to eat pork, whereas Jews are forbidden to do so. Correct? So this will increase the price of pigs, and shortly what will happen? Shortly there have a rasher on the coals for money. And then what will happen? If everyone grows to be a pork eater, there will be shortly anything left in the market, even you have money to buy it. So what he's telling here, somehow if you start converting Jews into Christians, this will raise the price of pigs, and everyone, when they grow to be pork eaters, we won't shortly have a slice of bacon, means slice of pig that is set on the coals to cook. Even if you pay money for it, you will not get it. Jessica, I'll tell my husband. Lancelot, what do you say? Here he comes. So what Jessica is telling you, I'll inform my husband Lorenzo whatever you have said me right now. Enter Lorenzo. Lorenzo, I shall grow jealous of you shortly, Lancelot, if you thus get my wife into corners. So what Lorenzo is telling here, that I shall grow jealous of you, Lancelot, if you get my wife into corners and whisper together or speak very softly or discuss something secretly. Jessica, nay, you need not fear us, Lorenzo. Lancelot and I are out. He tells me flatly there is no mercy for me in heavens because I am a Jew's daughter. And he says you are no good member of the Commonwealth, for in converting Jews to Christians you raise the price of pork. So what Jessica is telling here, Jessica is assuring Lorenzo that you need not fear us, Lorenzo. Lancelot and I are out. That means Lancelot and I have fallen out and we have quarreled. We had an argument. And he tells me plainly, it means he tells me in a very flat manner, in a very simple tone, that there is no mercy for me in heaven. Why? Because I am Shylock's daughter, a Jew's daughter. Correct? And he says you are no good member of the Christian community, for in converting Jews to Christian you have raised the price of pork. Lorenzo, go in, sir, bid them prepare for dinner. So Lorenzo says to Lancelot to go inside and tell others to prepare for dinner. Lancelot, that is done, sir. They have all stomachs. So Lancelot replies that that is already done and they are hungry. Lorenzo, good lord, what a wit snapper are you? Then bid them prepare dinner. So Lorenzo says that what a good comedian you are. Wit snapper means comedian. Okay, then ask them to prepare for the dinner. Next, Lancelot, that is done too, sir. Only cover is the word. Now you need to understand this particular line where Lancelot says that that is done too. The dinner is already prepared. It only needs serving now. Got it? So only cover is the word. See here, Lancelot has used a pun. Correct? Two meanings are here. Place the dishes or put on your hat. It was generally the common belief that gentlemen used to put on their hat, cover their head, and then have their meal or dinner. Correct? So here, two points are here, that is put on your hat or place the dishes. Got it? So Lancelot says that is done too, sir. Only cover is the word. That means you ought to say lay the table. Got it? Okay. Will you cover then, sir? Lorenzo, will you cover then, sir? So what he's saying now, can you also cover your head then, sir? Lancelot, not so, sir, neither. I know my duty. So what here Lancelot says, no, I need not cover my head, sir, because I know my duty. What does the word, the line I know my duty means? It means that inferiors stood bareheaded in presence of their superiors. Got it? They did not cover their head in front of their superiors. Lorenzo, yet more quarrelling with occasion. Wilt thou show the whole wealth of thy wit in an instant? I pray thee, understand a plain man in his plain meaning. Go to thy fellows, bid them cover the table, serve in the meat, and we will come into dinner. So Lorenzo says, is it the right time to quarrel or argue on this particular occasion? That means he says that, is it exactly the right time or is it suitable to the particular occasion that I need to argue with you? So, wilt thou show the whole wealth of thy wit in an instant? What he's telling here, are you going to show your entire intelligence that you have inside you just now or right now? I pray thee, I pray you, understand a simple man in his simple meaning. He says that whatever I am telling, being a simple man, please understand my simple language. Just go to your fellows and bid them cover the table. Ask them to cover the table, get the table ready, serve in the meat, and we will come in to dinner. Now, we here is referred to who? It's Lorenzo and Jessica. Got it? Lancelot. For the table, sir, it shall be served in. For the meat, sir, it shall be covered. For your coming into dinner, sir, why? Let it be as humorous and conceits shall govern. So Lancelot again gives a witty remark over here, and he says what? For the table, for the food that you're talking about will be served in. Got it? Now see here, he quickly changes his words, and here instead of covered he's using the word served. Got it? He means to say that the table shall be covered and the meat shall be served. Okay, so for the table, sir, it shall be served in. For the meat, sir, it shall be covered. For your coming into dinner, sir, when you come for the dinner, why let it be as humorous as conceits shall govern. So what he's telling here, let it be a piece of comedy and humor, that your whims and fancies please you. You should enjoy this particular moment. Lorenzo, oh dear discretion, how his words are suited. So what Lorenzo is telling here, he is totally surprised. Oh God, how his words are suited. How is Lancelot able to distinguish few words with different meanings to fit them for any purpose? Got it? So the fool hath planted in his memory an army of good words. What he's telling here, this jester or fool has collected in his memory a lot of good words. And then he says, and I do know a many fools that stand in better place garnished like him, that for a tricksy word defy the matter. So Lorenzo says that I do know many jesters like him, many fools like him, that are professional in nature, means those are professional fools, and they too are supplied with words like him, and they too use some kind of tricksy or double meaning words, or they too use some confusing language so that people cannot understand them. What does this mean? They too are professional fools, and they use words in such a manner that will confuse people. Got it? Next, how cheerest thou, Jessica? And now, good sweet, say thy opinion. How dost thou like the Lord Bassanio's wife? So, next, Lorenzo asks Jessica, are you happy, Jessica? Please tell me your opinion about Lord Bassanio's wife. How do you like Lord Bassanio's wife? Jessica, past all expressing, it is very meet the Lord Bassanio live an upright life for having such a blessing in his lady. He finds the joys of heaven here on earth, and if on earth he did not mean it, then in reason he should never come to heaven. So what Jessica is telling here? Jessica is telling here that beyond all expression, I can't find words to express how good Portia is. And then she says, it is very necessary, it is very much necessary that Lord Bassanio is living an honorable life on this earth. Got it? So, for having such a blessing in his lady referred to as Portia, Lord Bassanio is blessed to have a lady or a wife like Portia. Why? Because he finds the joys of heaven, happiness here on earth itself. And she also says that if he doesn't deserve this joy on earth, he will never deserve it in heaven. See, and if on earth he do not mean it, then it is reasonable he should never come to heaven. He will not find a way in heaven, and he will not find same kind of happiness in heaven. Got it? So why, if two gods should play some heavenly match, and on the wage lay to earthly women, and Portia won, there must be something else pawned with the other, for the poor rude world had not her fellow. So what here Jessica is telling, if two heavenly gods were to play some game of skill, got it, that is heavenly match, and they would choose two earthly women as their stake, correct, and on the result of the contest, Portia were one of the two. So the two contestant and Portia one of those two women. The other god would have a hard time to come up with an earthly woman to match Portia's value. So got it? So what is the scenario here? Two heavenly gods, if they were to play a game of skill, and two earthly women were to be the contestants of that game, one god would have Portia on his or her side, whereas the other god will definitely face a hard time because he needs to find an earthly woman to match Portia's value. Got it? Okay, so here, pawned with the other, for the poor rude world hath not her fellow. Why she says so? Jessica says so because she thinks that this crude world does not have a woman equal to Portia. Lorenzo, even such a husband hast thou of me as she is for a wife. So what Lorenzo is telling here, he's praising himself and referring himself, and he says, you have such a husband in me who has all the good qualities you have described in Portia. Got it? As an ideal wife. Now Jessica says, nay, but ask my opinion too of that. No, please don't tell like that. Please ask my opinion too in that matter. Lorenzo, I will anon. First, let us go to dinner. So, I'll soon tell you to speak about it, but first let us go for dinner. Jessica, nay, let me praise you while I have a stomach. So, no, please wait, because I need to say some good things about you. Got it? Okay. Lorenzo, no, pray thee, let it serve for table talk. What Lorenzo is telling here? Lorenzo is telling here that no, please keep it to serve us during the meal. Please serve your good things while we have our meal. Why he says so? See, then howsoever thou speakest, among other things, I shall digest it. Lorenzo shows his intelligence and comically he says, then whatever you will say, I will digest it with my food or everything. Got it? So Jessica, well, I'll set your forth. So Jessica says that I'll praise your qualities.